If we haven't met before, I'm Dan and I created this channel so we can all share our good news. So feel free to share your good news in the comments below, and whilst you're there, consider subscribing. This week's video is slightly different from previous weeks. In a previous video I mentioned wanting to rescue a dog for a very long time, but every shelter in the UK marks their dogs as not safe for cats. And we have too. Well, I've finally been given that chance, and she's amazing. I wanted to record my thoughts this week on what it's like to rescue a dog. I felt my thoughts could be quite valuable to those who are wanting to rescue. There are a few things you probably don't think of. I know I didn't, and I've grown up with dogs for the last 36 years. Rescuing a stray dog is completely different from rescuing a domesticated dog from a kennel. They rest during the day and they become hyperactive at night. They eat at unsociable hours. They aren't used to being on a lead. They aren't used to being touched, and every hand in the past would have been a hostile one. As they're pack animals, you'll also need to sleep with him or her at night until they're more settled. As she was a stray dog, I thought she'd appreciate being left alone in her safe place, but this just wasn't the case. Things I hadn't given any thought to. They aren't an issue, but they could be for you. Like with any dog, whether you've had them from a puppy or rescued them from a kennel, this is going to take time, but the rewards are going to be so great and the loyalty in the end will just be unfathomable. When she first arrived, she was completely spaced out. She had no idea where she was or what was going on, and we were advised not to lift her up, which I'm not capable of doing anyway. I mean, she's hardly a lap dog. Straight away, we took her through the side gate and showed her the garden, all the while keeping her on the lead. She didn't pull and she followed my lead, and I felt like she was already lead trained. Once inside, she was a bit scared, but not half as bad as we thought. We let her run around downstairs, letting her take in all the scents that our house has, then showed her bed. She wasn't that concerned about her bed because she hadn't quite established that this was her safe place. I had asked everyone in our household to respect her when she goes to her bed and not bother her. She needed somewhere to have that escapism. On day 2 of her arrival, she was completely different, very shy and retired. She wouldn't leave her bed, and if she did, it was when our backs were turned so she could go to the toilet. Thankfully, she went on the puppy training pads that we had put down, but it's only lasted for a couple of days. On the 4th or 5th day, she gained some more confidence, trusting that we weren't going to hurt her. She would now go outside to the toilet, but she would come back in before she was clearly finished, as she would end up going to the toilet anywhere but the puppy pads. I accept some responsibility here though. I didn't give her a routine. Where she wasn't eating at set times, she was all out of sync. She was a street dog, so I'd kept that routine for her, just placing food in the bowl and letting her eat whenever she wanted to. This was a bad idea. You need it, and there she is. You need to put food down and take it away at set times. This then gets her into a routine, so you can also judge when she's going to need the toilet. Fast forward 3 weeks, she knows every morning I'm going to open the back door, and that's her opportunity to go, and the last thing at night before bedtime. Although I say all of this, last night was the first night I wasn't on the sofa. She did so well up until 1:30, didn't you? She barked, so I let her out. And at 1:35, she wanted to go back out again because I must have somehow rushed her. Fast forward to 2:30, she's back out, and then again at 4 AM and then at 5 AM. All the while, I've set our house alarm off twice in the night, and the call centre rang us to check that we were okay. I'm filming this with a severe lack of sleep. The reason why she was up so much is because we left a big bowl of water down for her. She's either incredibly thirsty during the night or drinks because she's bored. When I was sleeping on the sofa, I didn't have this problem after I had her in a routine, didn't I, eh? I had a little bowl down and it wouldn't fill her bladder up, but every day is a school day. I think she's progressed tremendously. I could argue that we've made a mistake by removing her lead almost instantly. We were advised to keep her on it, but she was chewing it and also tripping up over it when she was scared. That is something else you don't consider. You're used to walking out of rooms, not feeling the need to speak or make any noise. But with a rescue dog, you need to make sure they can hear you coming so they're prepared. Suddenly popping out of nowhere in front of their path just makes them scared and slows down the process of settling them in. So I constantly talk to her when I'm moving around the house, don't I? Eh? Look, I love having her around, and I can see signs of her growing affection for the family. I won't sit here all day talking about her. I just wanted to share my journey. I am by no means an expert, but I do love dogs and I will never get bored of talking about them. I've also been guilty of turning up to clients' houses in the past, spending more time in the first 5 minutes greeting their dog than I have them. Next week, normal service will resume. Jeff Bezos is a bit like Marmite. Find out why here. And amazing toy photography can be found here. If you enjoy my videos, please give them a like. Please also consider subscribing.